Hello, hello, my beautiful friends. I'm trying to invite people. Happy Friday, TGIF. It's also Friday the 13th. I don't know if you guys are superstitious, but I love Friday the 13th. I have a cousin whose birthday every so often ends on Friday the 13th, and he loves it, so I'm all for it. But not everybody, I guess, is about it. So, um, as I'm waiting for people to jump in, y'all may or may not catch this live. It is 6:30 in the morning where I'm at. I'm in Hawaii, so I've been up for a few hours. I was not going to do this live, but I was like, you know what? F it. Let's make some magic live. What am I doing today? I am literally going to build a fake doula business, create an entire brand voice document to include my brand details, my dream clients, refine many of my offers. And then I am going to show you how to take that. We're going to create a brand guide so that visually we have like our fonts and our hacks and whatever. And then we are going to create a website for this fake business using vibe coding, which is AI new way of creating pretty much everything. If you haven't been vibe coding, you are missing out, my friend. It is literally typing what you want and then seeing the magic happen. And then for those advanced users, if you want to stay to the end, I use HighLevel. So I'm going to show you how to take literally a coded website using vibe coding. You probably do this whether you're using like Lovable or Gemini, Claude Code, even ChatGPT Codex, and embed it into your HighLevel so that it's actually like a functional one. I tend to use Gemini. I'm pretty sure there's ways to do it around all of them. If you guys are interested and want me to figure out how to do it in all of the other things, just let me know and I can make it happen. So we are live in both my private Facebook group as well as my YouTube videos. And just really quick, I'm going to just drop my link to my oops, my Facebook group, so people who are not in the thing. Normally I would pre-record this so you don't have to sit here, but this is going to be a pretty basic vibe code. At least it is going to be for me in terms of like how complicated it is. So I'm going to go through this pretty fast. Join us on the inside. Just dropping the link inside my Facebook page so people can see. I'm making sure I mute this. All right. So, if you are a doula, you can totally build this out. It's not going to take us very long. As you're going to be able to see, I have a cheat sheet and I'm going to test out this new thing called Glitter AI. And we're going to see if this works. So, here we go. You mark it, set, go. Let me see. 6:37 a.m. So what do I already have? Son of a nutcracker. Okay. I don't know why my thing does this, you guys. But no worries. I'm prepared. So this is a basic business that I had ChatGPT, of course, help me create. My name is Amara Reyes. I am ground, warm, I'm confident. I feel ancestral and modern. My business name is Sacred Threshold Birth Co. And my tagline is where preparation meets nervous system safety. I've have 11 years supporting families as a doula, 6 years as a certified birth doula, 3 years in postpartum support, and 2 years specializing in trauma informed birth prep and nervous system education. Um, I have a quick bio and my core offers. So I have an 8-week group program for sacred birth prep program. I have a private doula support package for prenatal sessions, on-call birth support, and then postpartum integration visit. Pretty much what I had when I had my baby, and then a postpartum nervous system reset session. That's probably what I should have had because I had like a lot of problems postpartum. Okay, so this is the basic thing. You need to have your basic. You do not need to have a website. You do not have to have like a social media website or, things placed. What you do need is you need at least your name, what your business name is going to be. Of course, this is not set in stone. You choose what you want this to be. And then, if you need help creating the business name, you can totally do that using ChatGPT too. How much years experience you have. Clearly, I am not supporting people who are just creating businesses with AI with no actual clinical or like validated um, experience. And for those of you who don't know me, I am a nurse turned entrepreneur. I did do a stint in OBGYN. I am also a registered prenatal yoga instructor, pre and postnatal. And so I have a lot of experience in all of this stuff, which is why I can 1000% vouch whether or not any of the stuff that ChatGPT gives me, should I create something for this type of business. But if you don't have nothing, no experience, you've never been a doula, you've never been like to school to be a doula, do not do this. Do this if that's like something that you've done. Um, I'm using this as an example. If you teach yoga, if you're a fitness instructor, if you're a Reiki coach, a woman's health coach, a juice coach, whatever you do, you can do the same exact thing. This is just an example that I'm using because that's who I'm going to continue to build out for as I continue to do these videos every other week on YouTube. Okay, so now that we have our basic stuff, I already have my ChatGPT hooked up to my Google Drive. So what am I going to do is I'm going to add that start. Sacred Threshold. There it is. There's my brand voice. This is like the beginning of my brand voice. All you guys saw the extent of it. Now, I have custom GPTs. These custom GPTs that I'll be using in this demo are all part of my signature course, the Alchemized Content Method. You can actually get the course for $100 off the rest of this month for February because I'm doing a big sale as I am revamping it. We're about to launch Alchemized Content Method, or I say it ACM 2.0 next month. It's going to be completely better and improved, AIified, all of the jazz. But I want to give you guys an opportunity to get in before I relaunch it at its regular price. So the link will be in the show notes. If you're watching this and you need the link to get all the stuff, don't be shy. Let me know in the comments. I'll definitely get you the link to, and and the coupon code and everything. But I have a custom GPT. That's why it looks like this. I am a 5.2. I am in Canva. Okay. And I've attached now the beginnings of my brand voice. And I'm going to tell this I need to create, brand voice. And to be honest, for a new business, I'm just going to do this before I give it my thing because it's going to ask me the questions anyways. And I just want you to see what you would need if you were to do this by yourself. You need company name. What did I tell you? Owner's name, which is you. Sometimes it's the same name, just, it just depends where you are. Your expert bio, years in business, what your niche is, the solutions you provide, and if you have a website, it's great for it to be able to um, scan the website, but it's not necessary. So I'm like, here's my document. I'm going to be honest. This is what I have so far. I don't have a brand guide or palette, and I don't have a website. I'm building new. Okay. I was like, Amara, this is beautiful. First, I wanted you to take a deep breath and really see this. You may not have a website yet, but you have, and you do, and sorry, you may not have a website yet, you may not have a palette yet, but you absolutely have positioning. So it's reviewed my document and see how it's showing me here. I gotta stand up, you guys. That it has created, like actually seen it. That's good. You want that to be there. You know, my son is still asleep in the next room, so bear with me. All right, here we go. Hopefully, he doesn't wake up. So that's good because then it's letting me know validation that it's actually like not making this stuff up and it's taking it from what I've actually created. So we're going to move on to step 2, defining the core brand value messaging. So choose 5 out of the 7. Grounded, reassuring, direct, feminine. You choose like whatever it is that you want your content and the tone of the brand to feel. So I am a doula, so I want it to be grounded. Let's say based on what I've given you. Please make first. So I'm gonna have him make the rest of it up because I'm building this as a fake business. But this is where you would need to tell it how you want. Do you want it to be a sassy doula? Do you want it to be like, you know, a doula who uses humor? Do you want it to be, pillared to something that's specific to you? The messaging pillars, what are my core themes that need to be reinforced in all of the messaging, my copywriting for my website, my social media, all the things. What are my 3 to 5 non-negotiable themes? What's the language that I want to use? And that's it. So I'm just going to have it make it up. All right. And it's reinforcing. I built this GPT, so it reinforces what I already tell my clients. When the foundation is clear, um, everything else does. So, based on what you've given me, I'm going to use that frequency. So, my brand voice is going to be grounded, regulated, warm but not indulgent, calm authority, ancestral yet evidence based, protective, sovereignty centered, intimate but structured. When someone reads my content, they should feel I can exhale here. She knows what she's doing. I have to prove myself, or I don't have to prove myself. I can prepare without spiraling. And then I could be like, oh, that's okay. Like where this is going, but let's not use such poetic language and use more human, relatable language for women over 30 having babies. Okay, because how I would talk to a 20-year-old is very different how I talk to a 30-year-old having a baby. Real with a compassionate humor heart. Okay. Probably should have just said that from the beginning. I was like, okay, that's clarity. Kind of giving it some, like, a little bit more. So grounded, direct, smart without being academic, calm, not monotone, compassionate with a dry edge of humor, honest about fear without dramatizing it, clear over clever. Okay, let's talk about what's actually happening. You're not crazy, you're pregnant. Yes, the hospital can feel intimidating. No, you do not have to panic. We can prepare without spiraling. Much better. Preparation reduces anxiety, 1000%, not positive thinking, preparation. 1000%. I think positive thinking, is good, but preparation also helps. You deserve to understand what's happening to your body. You can want a low intervention birth and still be practical. Being type A doesn't make you bad at birth. It just means we plan well. Calm isn't a personality trait, it is a skill. Yes. Okay, now let's reshape the positioning in your tone. So, option one, practical regulation guide, and you just go through this. Sacred Threshold Birth Company helps first and second time moms over 30 feel prepared and steady going into birth. So they're not overwhelmed by hospital pressure, conflicting advice, or their own anxiety. And it's telling you this is clear, relatable, and human. Option two is I support thoughtful, high achieving women who want a low intervention birth, but also want to feel realistic and informed, not naive. Oh, I love that. So I was like, you know what? I love both. Can we combine them? Guess who's up? My son. All right, yes, Sacred supports women 30 who want low intervention birth, but also want to feel steady, informed, and realistic through nervous system based preparation and trauma aware support. I help you move from anxiety and overthinking to grounded confidence. Beautiful. Oh, it's giving me two again. No, I mean, and suddenly feel anything. No, I still like option A. Let's do this one. I like this one. I put it into brackets so it knows which one I'm referring to. It's just going to lock it in. There's my polished version. Fantastic. Crafting your refined expert bio. Go. It's asking me if I'm ready to create the bio. Let's see. I'm Amara Reyes, a trauma informed birth doula and nervous system educator with 11 years supporting families. I work with thoughtful women over 30 who want a low intervention birth, who also want to feel steady, informed, and realistic. I combine practical birth education with nervous system tools so you can feel prepared, not panicked, walking into your birth experience. And then it gives me a website section, and then it gives me a podcast speaking intro. What? Maya's Reyes. And so when you do a podcast speaking intro, it's always in third party. So Maya Reyes is a trauma informed birth doula and nervous system educator with 11 years of experience supporting women through pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. She specializes in helping women over 30 move from anxiety and overthinking to grounded confidence through evidence. Yeah, perfect. Love it. Let's go. So now it's going to create my North Star, which is my main person that when I'm talking, when I'm creating content, this is the person that I am constantly talking to, okay? Not at, to. Her name is Claire Mitchell. She's 34, her first pregnancy. She's 26 weeks along. She's married, has some type of a long term partner. She has a dual income household, owns a home, or is close to owning one. She's corporate professional. She's a healthcare provider. She might be an attorney, a tech project manager. So it's giving me like an array, so I'm not stuck on like this one. She's obviously a high driven person. She's used to being competent. Very important. She manages teams, schedules everything. She researches thoroughly. She is not reckless. It gives me her internal world. It gives me what she says out loud. It gives me what she doesn't say. What if I lose control? What if my anxiety makes things worse? What if I can't handle the pain? What if I fail at this? What is this? What if she doesn't say? These are things that she's thinking or feeling, but she doesn't say out loud. Those are very important things to know when you're thinking about creating content or offers for your dream client. Her core fear is not the pain, it is feeling powerless. Boom. What makes her choose me, you? You don't shame hospital births. You don't sell fantasy. You speak intelligently. You explain the nervous system in ways that make sense, and you make preparation feel structured, not chaotic. Boom. Um, it does, 1000%. She sounds perfect. And it needs to be like, if you have never done, like, you just finished your doula training. That is one thing that I really hated. Let me just come on this because this is like really important to like say out loud. When I first became a yoga instructor, like just got certified, I struggled to get people to give me the opportunity to teach because I didn't have experience. What the F? Holy seaweeds. I just got certified. How the F am I supposed to be able to have experience if no one's allowing me to? Luckily, I was able to like get on a wait list and nobody wanted to teach yoga during COVID. So I took advantage of it, taught yoga with my mask. And like that gave me the leg up when COVID was over. People started to come back. I was already, one of the main instructors. So I got to maintain my position and then I built my experience from there. But when you are creating your business and you're creating your brand voice, you always want to think about the person that you are going to be serving. And it needs to feel like somebody that you would absolutely love to work with every single day. If you can clone this person, you would love that happen. Okay. So when it's asking you, does this feel accurate? And you've never actually worked with a client, that's where you need to go. Now, if you've been doing work, most doulas have to do some type of clinicals and you need to practice doing it. So as you went through your clinicals or your practice period, it's important for you to go back and reflect on the people that you practiced on. You shadowed, if you shadowed like a midwife or another doula to get, experience through your training, and think of all the people that you guys had to work with. Were there some people that were like, I can already tell I would not do good with a client that is like this? There's specific traits, and then there's no judgment. That's who you work with. You do not want to work with people who drain you, who make you feel like, gosh, I do not want to go to work today. Okay. So just keep that in mind when you're creating stuff like this. And so I'm going to say she sounds perfect. I would totally want to work with this chick. Okay, so she's going to be our anchor. Now we're going to align messaging with her psychology. This is how I've built mine. So we are going to map her limiting beliefs, the truths you anchor instead, the objections that keep her from hiring me, and the physical triggers that help her feel safe and say yes. Why are these important? Because they are all things that will help me with my marketing. These are quiet, subtle, not dramatic. Her limiting beliefs. I should be able to figure this out myself. These are the things, the lies that she is telling herself. Other women do this without extra support. If I prepare too much, I'm going to get more anxious. What if I say I want low intervention and then I can't handle it? How many of you have had, if you're watching and you're a girl or a woman and are, are like work at a high level, like you're very like overachiever in your work and in your personal life and you're like things structured, have had feelings like this and be like, I don't want to say this to anybody because I don't want to be judged. But like inside you're feeling these things and it frames how you make your decisions. So in your voice, these are the reframes. Come in, Bubba. Preparation doesn't make you high maintenance, it makes you steady. These are the things that I want to tell her. I want to tell this to Claire. Her real objections to buying. Let's be honest, Claire's not impulsive. She's thinking, is this actually necessary? My partner and I can probably manage it. These are the limiting beliefs, the objections that I need to figure out how to create content to basically help her overcome. This is expensive. What if everything goes fine and I didn't need this after all? Okay. This is so good. So it just keeps going. It's great. Thank you. And then it's going to give me, do you want to lead with an 8-week sacred birth prep program as your primary focus? Yes, absolutely. So this is really good if you've like, I don't even know what I want to do, what I want to offer for my birth. This helps you ideate. You gotta go potty? You're you're gonna be right back? Okay. My 3-year-old is up. He's like, I'm gonna go. So that's it. Here's my play message playbook. I'm going to copy all of this. All of it, 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 all of it. Okay. Now I like to do two things, but for right now we're going to do it this way. I'm going to put this now in my Google Doc. And I'm going to create a new one. Why? Because although that is how I've treated it to be, I actually like copying and pasting my information so that it has everything. So I already have the top stuff, and it's giving me my brand voice here. This is my core brand messaging. These are my messaging pillars. This is my language. Oh wait. Okay, here's my brand tone. That's amazing, my love. Okay. So we're going to go. I liked both. So we're going to stop there to my messaging pillars. We're going to come back to this and we're going to build on this, you guys. So we're going to come here. We're going to enter. I'm going to add, keep the same format. Okay. I'm just going to start adding as it's giving me my stuff. So here's my blended one. What did I choose? I chose A. So my blended position, here we go, which is really my UVP, my unique value proposition. In case you don't know. So my UVP is this. Make this bold. I could 1000% add a little line. Okay. And then my refined expo, my website, my podcast. Okay. We can do that right after this one. Like that. And then here's my North Star. So I have like the basics of her. And that's what we put here. We'll make a new line. So it's all in one beautiful document, you guys. It gave me additional information, her limiting beliefs. I want all of this stuff. Psychology. Let's see. Right there. And then that's pretty much it. Okay. So now I have one beautiful thing. Let's see what it gave me at the end. So this is basically, yeah, pretty much everything else. Fantastic. Now, ChatGPT, if you've never worked with it, if you're new to AI and you're watching this, it will continue to keep going. Now, I do want it to give me my brand aesthetics because I don't have any. So I'm going to tell it I don't have any clue what to use for my brand aesthetics. Can you please help me build a brand guide? And so it should know that a brand guide, it usually includes hex colors, all of the visuals to your brand. So it already knows the core visual direction because we just did it. Natural, clean lines, soft textures, minimal clutter, well lit living room, linen, wood, neutral walls, a notebook open on a table, nothing chaotic, not a flower crown, not a marble clinic hallway. Gave me my color palette. This is the primary recommendation. Anchoring is just kind of secondary colors. Um, the palette should say, I am warm, but I'm not chaotic. Typography, so no script fonts, no overly feminine curly stuff. Very clean. It's giving me Playfair. I love Playfair. Cormorant and Libre. And they give me secondary ones if I want. Photography styles. Perfect. Okay, so we're just going to copy this. Let me see if it asks me anything. When you picture your visual brand, do you feel more drawn to earthly and slightly organic, soft but structured? Let's do A. So here's my finalized athletic direction. So it's just nice and clean. Instagram grid. What? It's even giving me my Instagram grid, y'all. Brand energy statement. Do you want to go one deep layer? See, it's going to continue to give me when you imagine yourself photographed in this brand. Okay, let's just do this. We're going to go ahead and do this. And this is nothing. So we're going to delete this because I don't get confused, y'all. We're going to rename this my brand guide, brand visual guide. So we know this is the stuff with like the hex codes. And then what was this? This was my brand messaging playbook. Rename your stuff, y'all, because then you'll be having tabs and you'll be like, I don't remember what I was supposed to do with this. All right. Direct and teacher-like, calm and slightly reserved, warm but contained. See myself nurturing, calm, and warm. And I think it's going to just give me how I should show up in imagery. What? That's crazy. So if you ever do like a branding photo shoot, you literally could just give this to your photographer and be like, this is what I need you to capture. All right. And we just copy this into it. See how much stuff I now have, you guys, from one little thing. Rename this. This is my branding photo shoot guide. Okay. We have a brand voice with our North Star Dream client, a visual branding guide, and a photo shoot. What? All right. Everybody, let's go. So now from here, we are going to leave our chat GPT and we are now coming over here. Now, I already have a brand template. And so we are going to view the template. I'm going to open it up in my Canva. If you don't use Canva, OMG, you are missing out. And literally, we are just copying and pasting everything from our brand visual. So, our thing, this is our title for our brand. You should name this whatever your brand name is, because if you are like me and you build a lot of stuff, you want to make sure. So, that is my name to my business. I might need to bring that down so it fits. We will worry about the fonts and stuff in a minute. Don't worry about that now. And my tagline is at the top. And that might not be what I want, but for right now, that's what we're going for. Okay. Preferably like this all in one. Okay. We're going to hold these. We're going to position them so that they are both centered. And it's my brand kit. I don't have a website yet. So I could go back to this guy and be like, what should my website URL and social handles be? So that's going to be my URL. Of course, you should go to GoDaddy or wherever you're going to get your URL domain and make sure that it's actually available. Make sure that whatever you're choosing is not already taken. It's not trademarked. All of those things, I'm relying on you guys to be good and do it for yourself. My social handle is going to be this. If you're like, oh my gosh, I love this idea and you steal it from me, I don't really care because this is not for me. All right, so that's already done. I'm going to make this go out a little bit bigger. Okay. And we're going to keep going. So we do need to create a logo. Please create a logo based on everything you know about my new brand. Please. I said please twice. I'm overly kind. Did you guys know that you can create a logo? Look how much stuff we did in one freaking chat. And I should have been. Oh, the sacred. And look, it's like a threshold. Oh, I love it. So we are going to copy this. You don't need to download it. What we do need to do is come down here. We need to create a new page. So I did this up arrow, customize this. I want it to be 1080 by 1080. It needs to be big for the initial logo. And then you also want to create a favicon. So you can come down here, customize, and you want to do 200 by 200. It's going to be really small. It doesn't look like it right now. So this is my favicon. This is going to be my logo. And that's just so that I remember. We're going to double click. We're going to, I have a Mac, so Command B. And then I'm going to set that to my background. Oh, look how amazing it is. Now, I'm going to show you a trick. You can come here to share, and you're going to see copy to clipboard. We're going to copy this bad boy to clipboard. I used to hate that I had to feel like I was constantly downloading and then uploading. You don't have to do that no more, y'all. Oops. Okay, I was supposed to do it here. So I'm just highlighting it so that the favicon one is highlighted, and see how different it is. What is a favicon? The favicon is that little icon that's on the top of the tabs when you're in your social. Do the same thing. Set it as my background. I have that and that. What? Now, what can you do with this? You can 1000%. I just copied it, so I'm going to copy it again. And now I have it here for my square image. So I'm going to delete that, fit it inside this little square. There are guidelines for you so you remember what you're supposed to do. Now I have my favicon. Come back down here, highlight this one, copy it to my clipboard. It's going to tell you which one, number 7. You are correct. That's the one that I want to copy it. Okay. We're going to come back here to the favicon square, delete that. It's the same thing, but it's just smaller. That's why it looks blurry, just FYI. And it's beautiful. So the light, if this was on a, so it's when you create something, you want to create it so that it is transparent, but that it would look good on a logo. So we're going to say, we're going to have to come back to it because I don't think, hold on, let me just check something. Whoops, lost where I'm going. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to remove the background because then now I have a transparent. Okay, that's what this means. Transparent. So when I download it, it actually will do very well. And I just want to make it bigger. All of this white you won't be able to see. So if I was to put this on something that was browned, it would not show. So I need to actually have this in a white version. So I need to tell my ChatGPT, sorry, this one. This is beautiful. Can you give me the same logo but in a light format so it shows up on a dark brown background? And I'm just going to put like white. Just put that. Let's just see what it does. So if I was to put this on a brown, it would be hard for me to see it. It would kind of almost be somewhat camouflaged. We want our logo to stand out so people know what we're doing. In that case, we obviously want to make sure that it gives us the opposite. It's kind of like think of it as when you if you ever did like photography, you get the negative, which is like the white. It looks weird. Everybody's teeth is all white and like the eyeballs are all white, and the negative of the film, like the old school 35mm film. If you've ever looked at it, if you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, it just kind of lets me know how old I am. I'm like, what is it about to give us? And that's the only, oh, ChatGPT, let me tell you. A few years ago, and it gave it to me in transparency, you guys. What? Now all you have to do is copy this, duplicate this freaking page, detach that image, delete it, and now we are posting. Now, how would you know that this is like right? You would want to put it on. See? It's beautiful. Well, I'm going to replace the background and then I'm going to double click to make it bigger so that I can enlarge it so it takes up a lot of the space. You guys, what? Let's just make this bigger so we're consistent with all of our stuff. There's a better way to do this, but we're not. So now, what do I have, you guys? Holy moly. I have a logo. A transparent logo, meaning that it's the same as the first, except there's going to be no background. I have my light logo. So this is my dark. That's what I would consider my dark logo. And I usually put non-transparent so I don't confuse myself. And then I have my dark logo, transparent. And then I have my light logo, transparent. And I could duplicate this and create another one so that when I download it, I don't put transparent and it'll have that brown background. So we'll just do that. I'll just put, we'll put this one on. So when I download it, it downloads the right thing. And then here's my favicon. Dune, 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 you guys. That is amazing. Can I just I'm telling you, technology is like so amazing. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm highlighting this one. Why? Because I want the one with the white background so that I remember. And we're going to come back up here, and that's what's going to go in this here. That's what that light logo is for. Boom. You guys, in 45 minutes, I've pretty much created an entire brand for a freaking fake business. And then it needs a horizontal. So I can come back to my same chat, but like, you are amazing. Can you please create using the same exact logo, a horizontal view, or I should say format, horizontal format. Okay. What I need is usually just like the words. So it's going to need to be longer. It should give it to me in more of like a 16:9 format. And then while it's doing that, let's keep going. You guys can make this longer. You guys can keep it. Why do I keep it that way? Is because sometimes I need to put the colors in the back so that when I'm using my palette. So down here, it's already giving me the palettes that it's recommending based on these two guides. Now, when we created this, it told us what our hex colors are supposed to be. So let's come down to our brand visual guide. It said this one. So we're going to just go. Oops. And you click on this. You click on this plus button to get the exact hex code that we're looking for. And it's pretty much exactly. Now, see how it says change all. Everything in that color is going to change to this brown. So we are going to say, oh crap, we were not supposed to say yes. Nope. Sorry, don't do that. If you have this template, muted clay. I like to do it here because then I will forget. Come up here to the circle, come to the plus, come there, and boom, it's done. Mom, yes. Oh, that's amazing, my love. Mom, and I'm just doing this across to all of them. Oh, I am loving, like, it's so different when you guys get to see the brand palette. This is why I'm a visual learner, so I need to be able to like know. Like I'd be like, sure, that sounds really great. I don't care about those colors, but this is amazing. Like this is a bomb brand palette, you guys. I would totally. We're gonna be continuing to use this brand, so just FYI. This is not the last you're going to see. And then I'd be like, I need one more brand color. You guys, ChatGPT is blowing my mind right now. What? Look at this, you guys. I'm just like mind blown right now. Okay, wait. Actually, I need it to be bigger. Look at that. And then I can just trim it. It is giving me exactly what I want. And if you're like, Anna Connie, I can't really see it, guess what you could do? You can stop being in your mind that this is difficult and put a box behind it, and then use your font color, your brand colors that we just created, and put it behind it like this. Bless you, my love. So let's pick that one, or we could do the dark green. Oh, that looks good. And put that to the back, and there we have it, you guys. Brand guidelines, we're going to put 2026 so that we know that this is the year that we've created this. I actually really am digging this dark green. I'm going to change the colors to that. How amazing is that? I need one more hex. So I'll be like, can I? You are amazing. Can I have one more hex code for my brand palette? You absolutely can. So warm sand. Let's do. Are these all ones that I already have? I'm just checking to see if it's. Yeah, it's re-giving them to me. So all I need is this last one, which is the right cream color. And doing that same thing that we've been doing. Oh, wait. No, that's what I already had. Oh, sorry. Deep warm brown. That's the one it's giving me. My bad. Come here, come here, come here. There we go. So we have one dark one. That's perfect. Perfect. So from here, we can do the visual elements. But for right now, we're going to work on this. And where do we get that? Where it gave us. So it told us the Playfair or the Cormorant. I've never really used Cormorant, so I kind of want to see what that's going to look like. And that's going to be here. You want the name of the actual font. I'm clicking here. We're going to type in so that it changes the way it looks and you have the name so you don't forget. This is the way you should be building it. I like Lato, to be honest. I'm going to do Lato for the body font. And again, I'm coming here. Oops. I'm coming out of that. It should come up, and that's what it looks like. And it says no script font, but I need an accent font, which I don't know if it gave us. So let's just double check. It says no script fonts. Can I have an accent font? Okay. I know you said no script fonts, but I need accent font. Oops. You guys are gonna be like mind blown. I know that it's been about an hour now. Allura. Let's see. So we're just gonna copy this. Oops. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, so we're gonna go with Allura. And then this is just, again, giving you the same thing for right now. Oh, you guys know what I didn't do? When I changed this, see how it says Miss Truly change all? I was supposed to do that for all of them, you guys. so that it would change these two, but it's fine. It is what it is. So again, I can just, you're just copying and pasting the same stuff over and over again. I will post a picture of all of this, like the end thing, in my Facebook group. If you guys are really interested in looking at like the full product, but you'll just continue on. I will ask it to do one of these, just kind of a summary of what my brand's going to look like. I can ask it to give me, like, this gives you all of the stuff. This is a brand sheet. I usually print that and I put it on my wall so that I remember if I'm really like in need. And then you would go through and start changing some of these colors, pick up that visuals. They gave us visuals. So it gave us like natural light near windows. Let's see. So let's just say I need brand image suggestions to search for in Canva. Be specific. If you're doing it in Canva, you can completely make your own. You can search if you have free or pro. So we're going to look for some of these. You're going to come to elements. We're going to copy and paste and have it look. I prefer photos. And we're just going for like a look. I like this. I like this. Okay. Because it reminds me of like a swaddle cloth, actually, if that makes any sense. Oops. Delete that. So we're looking for a photo of a woman spraying. Oh, look at this. You guys, how perfect is that? Oh my gosh. A little black and white. Yes. And then you just continue playing with it. And you have more spaces down here if you find something that really, look at this one. I don't really care about the cat, but I like the other stuff. Yeah. That might not be the one that I like stay with, but look how amazing all of this looks. I love it. Look at this one. I really like this one, but so anyways, you can keep going. Sometimes I will just create a page and I'll just start collecting all the ones that I like. I'm like, these are all so cute. Just for inspiration, you guys, for inspiration. I like that. I like this. I like that. I love this one. Oh, I need to replace that with something. I could totally do it here. And then, unfortunately, I can't move her, but that's okay. But see how it starts to kind of come together. Oh, look. Oh, I love it. And then I can change this to one of my font colors and do the green. I can do this one. And then you just start playing with it, you guys. Now you have, oh, I see it. Now I have a full on brand color. And then you're supposed to be changing this to all. Change all to all, so that it changes them across all of your stuff. Just FYI, don't do what I just did. So hopefully that makes sense. It's all coming together beautifully. I love it. So I could literally just take these first two and be done with it. This one's pretty much done too. Um I'm just looking to see instead of that one. No, what about this one? I like that. So that it has a visual representation of what I'm like going for. Looking just to see if there's another one. I like the black and white because I feel like a black and white image for this brand would be amazing. So we're just going to leave it because you can get totally obsessed with this and spend like an entire day. That's not the purpose of today. The purpose of today is to now go into Google and we are going to have it create our website in like a few minutes. So when you come to Google, I mean, sorry, Gemini is part of Google. It is like Google's version of ChatGPT, if you want to think of it that way. How would you get to this? If you have a Google account, you come to this little hamburger menu that says Google Apps, and you come here to Gemini. Okay, that is how I got to this here. I have the paid version. You don't need the paid version to do what I'm about to do. You're going to click on Tools. It's going to pop up this menu. Yours might look different than mine. You're going to click on Canvas. That is the most important part. From there, we are now going to do that hack that I showed you where we are going to click on the first one. We are going to come to copy to clipboard. We're going to copy to clipboard after you confirm which page you want. And then we have to wait till it says green, success, your design has been copied to your clipboard. And I'm going to move this over so that I know where I'm at. And I'm just going to, you see that it's flashing my cursor in this Gemini. I'm going to Control V. It automatically stores it in there. So I'm not downloading anything right now. Sorry, I could have stayed there and just changed which one I wanted to copy. So now I'm on 2. We're going to do the same thing for the next 2. So number 2 and 3, because it has everything that it will need, all of my branding. I'm just pasting it in there. Come back here. And we now want to go to number 3, copy it, because that's the one with my fonts and my actual hex codes with my brand. And we are going to come back to Gemini once it's copied and paste it. And then what are we going to say? So I'm going to come to my ChatGPT. I'm building my website in Gemini Canvas. Please create a prompt to give me a high functioning, high converting website. Okay, so I'm just going back to ChatGPT, telling it where I'm doing this and asking it to basically give me. So it's going to give me this prompt. It's going to tell it all the sections that it needs. It's going to give it design direction. Okay, and we're going to come here to Gemini. I'm going to paste that whole thing in here. Oops. It did not copy. Oh, yeah. Let's try that one more time. And it might not be doing it because, oh, there it goes. Okay, so I just copied that whole prompt, create a high converting, strategically structured website for my brand. It gave it the business name, who I am, the industry, thoughtful, high achieving women who like basically my target niches, my primary offer, the brand tone. I could even include, because this is Google, what can I upload from my drive? The entire brand voice that we just created, you guys, all in one beautiful package. And then what do? We let it do its magic. Dun, dun, dun. As it's doing that, it's going to start looking. And then this is what you should see. You should start to see this. And what is it doing? This is called coding, and this is vibe coding. It is essentially building out our website. So if you're watching this on the replay, watching this live, let me know like what your biggest takeaways are. Are you already mind blown? We've been in here for just an hour. In 1 hour, I created an entire business from scratch, just from like an idea. We have an entire brand voice. I've created all of the logos that I need, an entire brand guide, imagery, everything. And I'm about to show you that I've just built out a website. It is ready. Now, I'm glad that it's kind of showing you guys this because it is a little funky when you see it this way. So this is how it's showing. It's like, okay, I've designed you a fully functional website. And it's like, I can't see this. So we're going to share it to ourselves. We're going to open it in a new tab. Oh, did it not work? Let's see. No, it did not. Okay. It's usually, I was like, oh man, it's not going to show me. Let's try again without Canvas. No, I wanted to be Canvas. Oops. No, 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 no. Yeah, Bubba. I love you too, my love. Sometimes this will do this like this. Where you actually cannot see it. And that's not how I wanted you guys to see it. Because of the fact that it doesn't work that way. But like, and so sometimes you can fix it and it says, I can't see the preview. Website. Okay. And we'll just see if it will fix itself. Analyzing, reviewing entry point, investigating potential errors. I will update the code in the canvas to resolve the issue preventing the preview from rendering. Okay, let's see if it fixes itself. We may have to start it in a new chat and try again. And if it doesn't work, I'm not going to be using it in Gemini anyways, but I do need to see it, so we'll see. No. So we're going to do this again. We're going to copy this top prompt. We're going to come to a new chat. We're going to go to this. Just so you know, this sometimes happens. It is what it is. I'm still going to give it though. I'm just going to download it for time's sake. A PDF of just the first 3 pages because that's all I got. So 1, 2, and 3. Download it. Sorry, my son is like struggling right now. Okay. We're going to come back here. I'm going to drag and drop this. Please create canvas. And I plan to embed this website code in HighLevel because that's who I use. If you use Wix, if you use Weebly, if you use any of these other things, you can tell it specifically which of the ones that you're doing and see how now it says code and then it has preview. That's what we are looking for. Dun, dun, dun. Why did I show you to do that? Why did I choose to do this live? Because I want you to see that those things can happen. Do not freak out. Take a deep breath. Ask it. Tell it what the problem is. See if it can fix itself. If it cannot, start again with the same prompt. Sometimes it is because we give it too much information, is what I find. And it's ready. Are you guys ready? Here we go. This is the website. Sacred Threshold, Preparation Over Panic, Steady, Informed, and Grounded in Your Birth. Book a consult, The Overthinker's Paradox. Calm is practical, is a practice, not a personality trait. It gave me my little thing, 11 years experience. Outcomes, enroll in my 8-week program. It's a real button. Book my consultation. All I need to do is add it. I give it like real, you know, this. So let's just say like I just started. This is vibe coding. So I could be like, this is beautiful. Let me give you my full brand voice guide and visual brand guide to further improve. In addition, I just started my practice and don't have testimonials yet. Okay. So I'm going to take now that I'm going to go ahead and add my brand voice. I'm going to upload that guide that we just downloaded. Oh, no, there it is. Further, don't worry about spelling. We need to wait for the PDF to fully upload. And you are telling it exactly. This would be when like you want to tell it. Now I had ChatGPT when it originally created this for me. It gave me an image for this person. Don't mind all of this. This is my image, okay? It's not going to work without actually giving it a URL. And so I'm going to show you, we're going to use this profile picture and have it replaced, but there's a way you have to do it and it's a little bit more involved. So as it's going to do that, we are now going to we are now in the final step, okay? We are going to create a new funnel in my CRM. And I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to call in my sales sage, which is my custom GPT that I've created to help me create sales page. I'm creating the website above in Gemini AI and moving it as embed code into HighLevel. Please help me actually build out the funnel for this website. I could do that. I was like, I have also a custom GPT that's specific to HighLevel, but we don't need to do that right now. So it's just telling me what I need to do. It's even giving me a lead magnet, an opt-in. It's giving me the email nurturing sequence, the consultation page, all of the stuff. It's giving me the flow of the funnel. This is just the way that I've built this thing. That's why I was just like, I don't know if I needed to do all this. So let's just do the HighLevel one. Funnel title. Steps. I don't need all of that. If you use HighLevel, you know I need a name for what I should call the first one. Uh, so these aren't really good. We're just going to do this. Oops. No. Dude. Just so I remember, this is not a real website. This is just to create the funnel itself. If you don't use HighLevel, you might want to just stop watching now. I need to create my first funnel step. So I'm going to use the same thing. And I'm just going to call this the home page because that's what it is. And I'm just going to use that for right now because I'm not going to publish this. Now, you're going to create from a blank. I'm going to go pretty quick with this. So this is for my HighLevel users, how to embed from Gemini straight. I need a blank section. I need to come in to add. From here, I need to scroll down from the element section that pops up and add in my code. From there, we're going to open the code editor, and this is where you're going to paste this beautiful thing. We're going to, it took away my preview section. I've updated to fully thing. Yeah. But you took away preview. No, it's okay. I would have tweaked it completely before having it switch it over so that it was compatible to move over to HighLevel, but let's just let it run. It's got to, every time you make an edit in Gemini AI, and that's probably the same for any of them, whether you're using ChatGPT or Claude or any of these other vibe coding website builders, is that every time you ask it for a new iteration, a change, it's going to have to recreate it has to rewrite the entire web code for you. And so it didn't fix it. That's okay. All I need is to copy the contents. I pushed the share and export. I copied it. I got to go back to my HighLevel, and we are going to paste it here. You're not going to see anything. It's going to automatically save, and hopefully this works. And there. Holy smokes. It changed it completely. So some of this stuff, like this needs to be darker, steady, informed, realistic. Intelligence shouldn't be an obstacle to birth. That's not the most appropriate thing. It still has my thing. Private doula, postpartum, virtual available, check availability. Those, and this is book my consultation. It has my Instagram, my email, education. It could be like my resources. These are all things. So if you're somewhat comfortable with coding, you literally don't have to go back to Gemini, although that would be the better way to do it. But if you wanted to like quickly change some of the stuff that's in here, this is where you would do it. You would change. Maybe you don't want this color. Um, it has the header as that. That's fine. I could say the I don't like the hero image. Please change the hero image to whatever. That's probably this image here. So if you copy just this yellow part and put it into your URL, it's probably going to give us this. So I can say a couple things. I'd be like, change this to something like, like a bedroom or an outdoor space, nature, something. This does not go with my vibe, or put it back to a solid color. It doesn't need to be an actual image. So I could just tell it now. The hero image isn't working. The top section is not centered with the header menu. It sits too far to the right. Please adjust the hero to a solid color. No, Baba. Or a more neutral image like calm forest or beach. Okay. Or a no, you're gonna cut me with greenery because you already now know like your brand and its vibe. Mm-mm. Here. So it's gonna go back through, adjust everything again. This is the part that takes the longest because each iteration has to go through the same cycle. And what I meant by it's telling it like this is too far to the right, it should be more centered. And so, how would you get all of this? So, it's just a matter of going into HighLevel, uploading all your imagery, and then having it created so that this imagery is replaced essentially. It's ideal if you can get it in the same dimension. Sometimes I just give it back to Google and be like, can you replace my headshot with this? So we're going to come to this one. We're going to copy it. We're going to go back to Google. But like, please replace my headshot with this image. I'm just pasting the image from ChatGPT. It's in the same 9 by 16, so it should work. Sometimes I find that it's hard when you do it this way, and it's better if you were using HighLevel to upload the images into HighLevel into the media, then grab the media link and then give that into Gemini so that it properly embeds it. If you wanted to have a real next step, there's a couple ways to do it. So as it's doing that, I'm just going to save this. So you have a couple ways to do this. You could either do a next step so that when they click on the button, it takes them to a next step. And the next step is essentially an intake form to basically take them to a booking calendar. You could do it so that it has the next page as the next step, or you can have the first page have an embedded form essentially, and you can do that here through forms. You can create a form builder. You can do it in a pop-up if that's how you want to do it, and then just give Gemini the pop-up embed code. It looks like it is done. So we're going to again share, copy the contents, come back to the website. We're going to go to edit. I know I'm going fast. If you want the notes and a step by step, you can DM me or comment below and I will see what I can do. We're just pasting it again. It's automatically going to save. I'm not going to worry about that. And I just really am showing you what's possible. So it fixed this. It didn't fix this. That's an easy fix for me. I can easily find something in Upsplash or create it in Canva as my main background. Everything else is fine. An 8-week program, book a consultation. This is still, look how it goes gray and then it has the color. those type of animations, most people who are drag and drop website users don't know how to do. You manage high stake projects. You research every variable. You value competence above all else. I'm speaking, I'm calling her out. I'm helping her help self identify. Yep, that's me. But pregnancy has introduced a variable you can't project manage away. The noise of conflicting advice, hospital pressure has you spiraling into 47 open tabs at 2 a.m. Preparation isn't about expecting a perfect outcome. It is about reducing the variables so that you can think clearly when the intensity rises. This is beautiful. It did not change my picture. Let's see where it put it. If it did at all, it did not. That's okay. What I said, you can absolutely do here in the code. If you guys want to see what I mean by that, I don't really want to show you because I've already been on this too long and I got to go take care of my little one. But we've now created an entire brand voice guide that's completely detailed. I've given you now, we've created an entire visual brand guide with logos, and I've shown you how to create a website that has now embedded into HighLevel, which is a CRM, and I now have a fully functional website. I can connect these buttons to an intake form. I can connect it to another funnel. I can connect it to whatever I need to build on my back end. And it's beautiful. I can make sure that it has my right Instagram. I can make sure that they have my right support email. I can make sure that I have another page that takes them there. I can have this update. Where am I located? I'm in Kailua, Hawaii. I also can do some birth support virtually. This is amazing for basically under 2 hours. I hope this helped. 6:30, 7:30. Yeah, you guys, an hour and a half. That's how long it took us to do all of that. For most people, that probably would have taken probably weeks. The copy is there, everything's there. I can start creating social media right now. I can start creating all the other stuff. I don't have to worry about this. I'm not waiting a month to launch my business. None of it. That's what's possible with AI when you use it intentfully with a clarity of what you want, who you serve, who you are, and what you do. As always, continue to be you, continue to be beautiful, continue leading from your heart. Know that I'm going to be doing these sessions, most likely not live. They're going to be pre recorded, but I am going to basically be taking you from beginning to end in a very structured way. You're going to know exactly what we're building. So we are going to now take this and go a step further. And next week, we're going to start vibe coding and creating other things like my lead magnet and all of that stuff so that you can see there's vibe coding in Canva AI. There's now vibe coding in Zoom. If you have not seen that, because you guys are watching this live, if you have watched this, check this out. Oh crap, it's not on here. Zoom, let me see if it'll come up for me. Has just announced, I used it this morning. It was like some Zoom 3.0 companion. This thing. Get started. You can buy it. I just basically used it this morning. I don't know like what happens in the buy, but I used it for free, so y'all better hop on it. And it's like a chat GPT inside of Zoom now. You can do post meeting follow-ups, a daily reflection, reflect on your selects days meetings, your wins, your challenges, like a personal thing for yourself, especially if like you're a sales call person or you do like a lot of, you know, free strategy calls. Top 5 things. Distill weekly meetings into 5 things and a polished team email if you need to send it out to your people. A daily report. for your meetings, meeting note template creator, a template meeting summarizer, a meeting doc creator, project tracker. Like I was like, what? Meeting coach, give feedback on the meeting, effectiveness, participation, placing, clarity. If you are doing your master classes in Zoom, you could totally do this. Risk identifier, identify risk and generate mitigation strategies. Career coach, provide professional development guidance and career planning. Lecture coach, meeting. I was like, what? So I did one. Here's my history. I had a meeting with a client and it created like this whole thing for me. Look, a strategy implementation. And it did this beautiful thing. It gave like challenges identified, immediate actions for me and the other person. And like then I asked it to like tweak it. I was like, this is too like business. I needed to be a little bit more casual, like I'm talking to my friend. And like I just vibe coded this thing. So Zoom AI Companion. If you didn't know, now you know. I just saw it today. I tested it out. It's completely legit and it's amazing. So, this is AI. This is, sorry, Vibe Coding Alchemy brought to you by Empower Her Wave and yours truly, Anakani Walters. I am the CEO and founder of Empower Her Wave. And basically, I want to be teaching you guys all things AI, especially for my heart led entrepreneurs, military, women wellness entrepreneurs, and those being left behind in the AI space. So, if that's you, if you fall into it, if this is your vibe, if I'm your vibe, if I'm your jam, this got you like excited, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where these things will be future posted. And again, it's every other week that I will be posting these live build outs. If there's finished products that I will be making, you'll have all the instructions for how to get a hold of things. And if you want any of the templates that you saw, not the custom GPTs, if you want access to that custom GPT that I used, it was massively gold, wasn't it? That thing is like my lifesaver. And it helps so many of my clients really have clarity on their brand structure if you don't have it just yet, or you're still struggling to really identify your dream client, your North Star, and all of those things. That is accessible in the Alchemized Content Method. It is my signature course. You can actually grab it this month only, February 2026, for $97. It's $100 off now. I'm revamping it. It's going to get even better in March. So you get the improvement at the $97 value, which is the original founding rate member. I'm super excited to be doing this with you guys. This was my first one. I had some nerves teaching this online, but this is so fun. I hope you had fun too. Continue to be you, continue to be beautiful, continue leading from your heart. Happy Valentine's Day and happy Friday.